Namaste, welcome to Gina Hardy Yoga. Enjoy your next video. Welcome to Gina Hardy Yoga, short shoulder sequence to loosen and get your shoulders a lot more supple. Let's start by coming into melting heart pose. Begin on the knees hip width apart and the arms stretched out ahead, palms down, forehead down. Really allow yourself to breathe and stretch your chest towards the floor. This is a fabulous thing to do first thing in the morning, just to ease off the shoulders and neck, ready for the day ahead. Let the breath be really normal. Relax the pelvic floor, relax the belly. And then to stretch into the shoulders, we're going to take one arm underneath the opposite arm. So here, the left arm underneath the right, palm facing up of the left hand. Stretches around the back of the left shoulder and turning the left ear to the mat. So the attitude in yoga is really allowing the body to move and going into the places where you feel tightness or tension and just being with it with the breath. A glorious stretch for the shoulders. Push down into the shins as well so that you don't overload the kneecaps. And feel a lengthening of the spine from the coccyx down to the neck. Coming back for a moment into melting heart pose with the elbows lifted from the mat if your shoulders are okay. And see how that feels in the body. And let's come on to the other side. Right arm underneath the left this time, and the right hand palm facing up to the seedling to keep wrist alignment. Really breathing deeply. Bringing the right ear to the mat and allowing the back of the right shoulder. If it feels tight and you can't get to the floor, just take a block or a cushion underneath your head. And then slowly coming back to both hands on the mat, back into melting heart. Glorious stretch. Just stay here as long as you need. Keep breathing and enjoying this lovely stretch. And then returning slowly to a seated position on the heels. A few breaths before we proceed to the next posture. And then coming onto the belly into Sphinx Pose, elbows directly below the shoulders. And then let's exercise the shoulders, strengthen the shoulders by coming up into Cobra Pose. Take an inhale breath and then lift the elbows from the mat. So this is to create a back bend, so contract your pelvic floor to look after the lower spine. Relax the face. Keeping the elbows micro bent, and you'll feel the challenge on the shoulders and arms. This is brilliant for us girls, where most of our weight is in our lower body. The upper body often needs strengthening. Letting the breath be long and strong. And after 4 or 5 breaths, you can stay up as long as possible. Do come down to Sphinx. You can always let the head dangle between the arms. Keeping the elbows in towards the body and the elbows directly under the shoulders. And the next time you get a nice glorious long inhale breath coming up once more into Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. So this is great for strengthening the shoulders. Taking the shoulders down and away from the ears, so maybe you should keep the head lifted out of the neck. So long neck and extending through the spine. and coming back down into Sphinx Pose. So you can always adjust the height of Cobra by taking the hands further towards the top of the mat to lessen the curve on the spine, or taking the hands backwards further towards your body to steepen the curve and a stronger workout for the shoulders and arms. And let's come up on the in-breath again into Bhujangasana Cobra, and keeping the breath nice and long. Just stay with your body. You can always close your eyes, particularly with seated poses, so that you can really understand how it's impacting your body. So it's good to do 5 to 10 breaths and then come down. Allow your forehead to soften onto your hands and rest. Now let's work into the back of the shoulders. I'm going to take our arms into reverse cactus position. Elbows directly out from the shoulders. That's an important factor. And then the wrists directly in front of the elbows. So you're creating like a little rectangular box. Forehead down to the floor at this time. And when you're ready, a long inhale breath, and then start to lift the elbows from the floor, and you should feel it into the back of the shoulders. If you're quite curved in your upper back, the back of the shoulders can get quite weak because we round our shoulders forward, and really the muscles at the front of the chest are holding us in place. So it's important to to strengthen these shoulder muscles in order to pull the shoulders back a little. So you can do 5 to 10 breaths according to your strength and energy, and then allow the elbows to come down to the mat. Keep your awareness with the body as you inhale and lift the elbows, and this time you can start to lift the head as well. Try not to crank the head forward and stick your nose forward or your chin forward. Try to lengthen through the top of the head so you've got a nice long spine all the way down to the coccyx. Again, feeling it in the back of the shoulders, and keep the breath nice and long and strong. You can always close the eyes so that you can feel it in the body. Once more, you can come into lifting the elbows off the mat. See how it feels. So you can either do another round with the head off the mat or the head down. Entirely up to you. Both work into the shoulders, keeping each elbow separated as much as possible so you feel a good width between the shoulders, and the breath nice and long and strong. And then relax the elbows down. And then immediately taking the hands behind the back, link the fingers on top of the bottom if you can, and roll the shoulders. Lift the hands away from the body. This stretches the shoulders, the heads of the shoulders really strongly. This might be enough for you, but if not, you can inhale and lift the chest as well. So this is full Locust Pose, Salabhasana. You can come down with the head, lift the arms away from the body, or you can lift the head, lift the arms away from the body. Try not to lock the elbows if possible. I have slight hyperextension in my elbows, which might make them look locked, but if you can, try to unlock the elbows. This is strong on the shoulders, so see how it feels. You can do as many rounds as you like. I normally stick to 3 or 4 rounds. Inhaling and lifting the arms away from the body. Lift the head if you want to. See how it feels. It's a great stretch for the front of the shoulders. Continue to breathe, particularly when you're lying on your tummy. It's easy to hold the breath, but keep breathing deep. And then rest down, come back, forehead on the hands to keep the neck aligned, and rest.
This channel is dedicated to you, so that you can find a happy and confident practice wherever you choose to do yoga in the world. So please ask me questions. If you need advice, I'll be happy to give it. And please like, comment and share. And if you feel it, please subscribe so that you can keep up to date with my latest yoga offerings. Thanks for watching.